Hello there friends. So today we're going to discuss why, if you're rich, do you want to get married, especially in 2025. It is absolutely beyond me why people that have extreme wealth get married and just roll those dice in hope everything is going to be okay, and they're going to be those lucky ones that make it till the end, which, let's be honest, the odds are not in your favour nowadays. This is not the old days. This is not marriage until death, and you're never gonna sort of sleep with anyone else. You get married at 20, like our sort of grandparents' era used to. It's not that world anymore, and it just amazes me that people sign up to this, especially when you're extremely wealthy, because in the Western world you've got everything to lose and nothing to gain. I know people that have been married, they got married for 5 years, but they obviously fucked that girl so hard she was never able to work again, even though the kid's grown up and she's more than able to, but she's paid for life. Until she dies, she doesn't have to work again because she got married and some guy made a mistake, and she's off living an absolute life and he's living some big corporate life, and the majority of his money goes to her. And I just don't see how that is fair. Obviously this does happen around the other way as well, but it's definitely skewed massively from what I've seen, that males are taking the hit on this. And unless you're one of those sort of rare women that are very successful and you've got a guy that is a stay-at-home dad or whatever, but I've just seen personally guys just get absolutely taken to the cleaners in this situation, and it's just wrong. It's wrong in every way, shape and form, and I think people need to get wiser and listen up to some good solid advice. Have a girlfriend, do that. Don't get married. Today people aren't even really religious. Like if you are deeply religious, then go for it, because that is a deep faith you have, and if your partner feels the same, maybe you're more likely to make it last. But nowadays that isn't really the case. It's just more like it's a nice thing to do. The woman puts on loads of pressure to get married because it's they've been watching the old Disney films as a kid, but the reality is not a Disney film, sadly, and things don't always last forever. So I just struggle to find why people do this. I've got people I know that they got married, and one guy he lost part of his beard through the stress of it. Another guy, whilst the divorce was going through, his dad passed away, and then that became part of the assets of the couple, and she ended up getting most of his dad's house money. How is that fair? She still had a mum and dad, which she will get all of that money at some point, but he had to give over 60% of the net worth of his dad's assets to her, and it broke him a little bit. He lost like 2 stone in weight, and he just sort of had to change it in his mind that money has gone somewhere else, because he just couldn't sort of live with that. And a lot of time after guys have been sort of hit really hard like this, and it's like broke a piece of them off, and then you ask them, would you get married again? They mostly answer absolutely not, no way, because they went in with these rose tinted glasses that I'm going to be different. It won't be the same for me. It won't be the same for Tim and Sheila, who they know went through a bit of divorce. But everyone thinks that. Things change, situations change, life happens, life gets in the way of things, and what you think when it's all going well, and then after you had a few bad experiences, things can massively change for the worse. So don't give away 60% of your wealth for life. Don't have to pay someone literally until they die if you are the main breadwinner. I mean, how is that fair? How do you have to pay someone until they're deaf. I can sort of understand it until the kids are 18, they're left home, and then surely that other person who wasn't, they have to then stand on their own 2 feet. Not you have to pay them until they're 105, and you got divorced when you were 25. How's that right? It's all geared up for the person who's coming in with less money, and typically that is the woman. Now, you can call that sexist, I don't care, but that is how it is. And I'll be saying exactly the same thing if you're, a successful, powerful woman making loads of money, and you've got a guy that sort of maybe nowhere near on your level. So exactly the same thing. Don't do it. Don't risk it, because you can get taken to the absolute cleaners, and it will destroy you. The courts don't care. The courts just want, an easy number. They want that family unit, and when the kids are around, obviously they want the best for the kids. And typically that's the mum at home looking after him. So the guy's kicked out to the studio flat or the rented room, and the woman's got a 4-bed detached house with the 2 kids, doing a hard work taking them to school and back. So yeah, I won't personally be buying into this, as I've seen far too many deep hits happen over the years, and it is definitely, I've listened up and don't want to get hit with the same thing. Now, if you've got nothing, or you're the weaker one in the relationship in terms of your financials, absolutely, you go and get married. And if it all goes wrong, well, it's in your benefit, isn't it? Because your life's got better from where it would have been if you hadn't got married. But if you're the stronger one, you're the breadwinner, I would say forget that. Just being a couple, if you're not very religious, which most of us aren't nowadays, don't bother. This isn't, I'm speaking from the UK as well here. I know in America, prenups hold up a lot stronger and a bit more watertight, but in the UK they're absolutely pretty much useless, especially after you've been married for a number of years. They pretty much all go out the window. So, and that's something that really needs to be remedied. With the massive divorce rate that we have in the Western world, we should be able to have a watertight prenup where you, whatever you're going in with, you can come out with the same thing, and then whatever you sort of create together, then that's fair enough. But it's going to just put people off marriage, and obviously a lot less people are getting married now as a result of all this anyway, and just the fact that we're not religious, and it's a ridiculous amount for one day, one quite stressful day. Normally you get the old bridezillas coming out, and this is my special day, and they're just making it absolute hell for themselves. So this is my opinions on marriage. Give it a swerve. If you're doing well, is the bottom line of it, and enjoy your money. Don't take all the stress when it goes wrong. And if someone truly loves you, wants to be with you, then you don't need to get married anyway, do you? You're together, that's all that matters. You're happy. And if you hate someone and you've got to pay them for life, that's going to be a bitter pill, especially if they've moved in, the young gardener, and you're out on your ear. That's going to be another bitter pill to swallow there, for the sake of having a couple of strong discussions, letting your partner know how you feel, and just being honest with them. I would do that if I was you. So if you're rich, don't get married.